All right, so a couple of you guys wanted to see a test day. This is test day, the old City Chevrolet. That's how we pull up here with the old Rick Hendrick. Reminds me of Days of Thunder, so I think that's cool. But that's how we pull up in that. And we started off good. I thought I was filming here, but I took a picture. So we started off good here. But anyway, you check your tire pressures, make sure they're where you want to be. You torque your wheels down. You make sure you have whatever amount of fuel this particular driver wants for this test day in the car. Then you go out there and make a few slow laps where you shake it down and make sure everything's tight, basically a bolt check on the track. And then you get going like you see here. And before anybody asks, no, this is not me driving. This is me. This is my car. My car is black. I'm the number 84. That's why I don't want Jimmy Johnson to run it. And this is what my car would look like on the track. But obviously this is not my car because this car is white. This is Craig Moore's car. I'm helping him out on this test day right before Thanksgiving, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So basically you go out here and you make about a 10 lap run or so, 8 to 10 laps. You basically want to get the tires up to pressure, get the temperature in them, and basically see where you're at. The setup was put underneath the car the night before. He didn't need my help on that. He didn't want me stealing any of those secrets. Just kidding. He does not care. But as far as me going, stealing the secrets, I reckon, because he helps me on my car. But he puts the setup under the car the night before, and then he goes out here, makes his 8 to 10 lap run, and then he is going to pull it in. And when he pulls it in, we are going to get the tire parameter out, which looks like this right here. And I'm going to get the tire pressure gauge out, which looks like this right here. And obviously I couldn't take a picture of the ones we use specifically, but they pretty much look like that. And I couldn't take a picture of them because, you know, I'm working on them, so I can't film myself while I'm letting the air pressure out. And he's checking the tire temperatures. Then after that, you basically put the car on jack stands. This is called a gale force machine. That is where you run the loads on the coilover shocks and get them where you want to go to time the thing. I'm not going to share the setup, obviously, but that is how you time the car, and the gale force machine is how you get the loads for that. Conventional, you wouldn't do that. A conventional setup, that is not a coilover spring, of course. Then you go back out and you make another run, and it's kind of like Groundhog Day from here. You go out and make another 8 to 10 lap run, tire pressures, tire temperature, then you work on the car. As you can see here, we're now working on the back of the car. When you see somebody start to work on the back of the car, that means they have the front end suspension and geometry where they want it. So working on the back of the car, that means you're closer to where you want to be. And of course, then you go back out, make another run, and like I said, it's kind of like Groundhog Day, another 8 to 10 lap run. Then you bring it in there once again and, you know, check the tire temperatures, check the tire pressures, and see where you're at. And then, of course, you make adjustments again, which was back on jack stands. And then you go back out once again, make another run. Like I said, Groundhog's Day, check the tire pressures, check the temperatures, all that good stuff. But these days are way cooler, and this is just what I wanted to say here. These days are way cooler because this is where you build the camaraderie. It's more laid back than a track day or a race day, because you just get to hang out more. You're not under the gun. You're not under the pressure as much as you would be on a race day. So this is where you build up the camaraderie and all that good stuff. Basically, we just talk a lot of junk to each other. I didn't include any of that because obviously it's not, the language is not going to be safe for YouTube. But we just talk junk to each other. You know how it is. So then after that, you come back in. Once again, you're going to make more adjustments. And once again, it's back up on jack stands, making a slight adjustment to the front end. No geometry changes, just a slight adjustment there. And then we're going back out here for the last run of the day. And this is the moment of truth, the last run of the day. You're either going to be happy or you're going to be sad. 8 times out of 10, you're going to be sad because you didn't find anything. 1 time out of 10, you're going to be happy because, of course, you have found something. And then 1 time out of 10, you're going to be sort of, I don't know, like you don't really find anything, but you had speed, but you can't figure out why you had speed, and you can't reproduce it. So there's going to be one out of those times where you have speed, but you're not necessarily happy or mad. You just can't figure out where that speed came from. And of course, the best part of it is afterwards you get to go to cookout. This is stock footage. This wasn't on that particular occasion. Obviously, we finished in the daytime there. All right, but that's it. That is test day. You guys wanted to see it, and here it is. Thanks for your time. Peace.